Alright, we got the Wordle for today, so let's start with my normal starting word and... Wow, wait, no way. No way that just happened. It's almost as if somebody went on Twitter and But, what is Wordle? Well, if you have to ask, then this video probably isn't for you, but I'll give you the rundown anyway. So you start with any word, preferably one with more than 1 or 2 vowels, and then you get some information about what you typed in. If you get a yellow letter, that means you do have one of the correct letters, but it's just not in that place in the final word. If you get a green letter, that means it is in the final word and it is in the correct place too. And your word will appear all green once you get the correct word. Its nature is so simple and you want to play it every time you wake up. It's just something fun for you to do in the morning before you head off to work or school.
So this was a game that I made for my partner. She and I really enjoy playing word games. So my goal was to make a game for her that she would enjoy playing, and Wordle was it. Like I made a prototype of it a long time ago, back in 2013. And it was similar, but had some key differences. And I basically just put it away. I shared it with a few friends. People were like, yeah, not really. And then at the beginning of 2021, we were playing a lot of games. I got a bit more confident as a developer. And I was like, I think that that idea had some legs. So I dusted it off and I made it. And it was literally just the two of us playing it for 6 months. And then I introduced it to some friends and family in the UK. And then kind of November, it just started, it got picked up by a few like tech bloggers, and then it really, really took off beginning of December. And then, yeah, it's been a roller coaster.
The obligation to play the game really feels like it's there. You miss one day and your streak is gone. All that hard work that you put into getting that number higher has disappeared within one day. And some days you'll just have a word that's too hard for you to get, or you get extremely unlucky and you're missing one letter. Sometimes it can just be super frustrating and you end up wanting to throw yourself out a window after the game ends. I swear to While this may seem like all sunshine and roses, wake up and play Wordle, there is a dark side sometimes, and that just so happens to be... There's a good and bad side to cloning things. Sometimes they're good and they're unique. Other times they're, well, questionable at best. And I'm gonna take a look at both sides of that in this video. Since the popularity of Wordle began to rise, there have been an uncountable amount of Wordle clones. Some of which are very creative, such as Nerdle and Mathler, where you have to guess the equation, and others are, well, not so creative, and they just allow you to play Wordle infinitely. And here's the biggest problem with that. If people continue to play these Wordle Unlimited games, the problem with that is people losing interest in the original Wordle. We don't want that to happen. We all know Wordle's fun, but nobody really wants to get sick of it. So what are some Wordle clones that you should play? Well, I'll give you my list of Wordle clones that I think you should at least try out once. So the first Wordle clone that I'm going to recommend you play is called Wordle 2, or now it's called Word Hurdle, but it is the same game. Basically, it's just a 6-letter Wordle, and it's also twice a day, and I found that even though it's twice a day, it doesn't make you sick of Wordle at all. It's still really fun, so yes, would recommend. From there you can go ahead and try to tackle Dordle, which is 2 Wordles at once, and you're inputting the same guess each time, trying to get both words. And since you're still interested, how about you go try Quordle, which is 4 Wordles at once. And then, yeah, it gets a little bit crazy. But after all of this, the question still remains, why did Wordle blow up? Well, I'm gonna be honest, we don't really know, but what we do know is why it continues to be popular. And there's 2 big reasons for that. Number 1 is that obligation that I discussed earlier. Every day when you wake up, you feel like you want to play Wordle. You feel like you have to get it done, because otherwise you'll lose that streak you've been working hard for. And plus, you just don't want to miss one day and miss one word. And the second reason is its publicity. Not only was it bought out out by the New York Times, but also it has this incredibly strategic and smart, easy to make share grid, and you've probably seen it everywhere, especially on Twitter because they seem to be everywhere on there. And to everybody that's watching this video on the day that it was released, happy April Fool's Day. I hope you have fun pranking all your friends. And today's Wordle is